Picture two people sitting down to the exact same dinner, same plate, same portion, same everything. They eat every bite, the same food, to the last forkful, but inside them, something completely different is happening. No tricks, no secret diet, just two people and one identical meal between them. One of them stays lean for years. The other slowly gains weight, eating the very same meals. We blame one thing, a fast metabolism or a slow one, as if some people were just born lucky. But that one word, metabolism, hides one of the most misunderstood machines inside your entire body, and almost everything you have been told about it is either half true or flat out wrong. So here is the real question. Why do some people burn food faster than others? By the end of this, you will never look at the word metabolism the same way again, and you will see why the lean friend you envy is not lucky at all. Let's open the furnace. First, forget what the word means in adverts. Metabolism is simply every chemical reaction keeping you alive. Right now, in every single cell, tiny power plants are burning fuel from your food to keep you running. Add up all that burning, and it is your metabolism, the total fire of you, running every second. It is the quiet fire that keeps you warm to the touch day and night. And here is the first surprise. Most of the energy you burn today, you will burn doing absolutely nothing. Not the gym, not your morning run, just the silent business of being alive. Scientists call it your basal metabolic rate. The fuel you spend just being alive, doing nothing at all. It runs your heartbeat, your breathing, your brain, and the warmth of your skin. Every blink, every thought, every flicker of your warmth is paid for by this hidden fire, and it does all that without ever asking you. You never told your heart to beat, it just burns. For most people, this hidden idling eats around 2/3 of the calories they use in a day. 2/3. Before you take a single step, your body has already spent most of its budget staying alive. So the real question is not how much you move, it is how hot your furnace burns at rest. So what makes one furnace burn hotter than another? Start with the biggest factor, muscle. Muscle is not just for lifting. It is living tissue that burns fuel even while you sit perfectly still. Even asleep, every muscle you own sips fuel to stay ready for the moment you wake. Pound for pound, resting muscle burns roughly 3 times more energy than the same weight of body fat. Fat mostly just sits there quiet and cool. Muscle is restless tissue that demands fuel around the clock. So two people the same weight can burn completely differently just from how much of it is muscle. Same scale, same number. But one body is a warm engine, the other a cool cushion. This is also why men often burn more at rest than women. On average, more muscle for their size. It is not about gender, it is about the muscle underneath. More muscle, hotter furnace. And it is why building muscle raises how much you burn. Even on the couch, lose muscle, the furnace cools. Build it, it warms. The engine size is partly in your hands, but muscle is only one dial on this machine. The next one, you were simply born with. Some of your metabolism really is written into you from birth. Your genes set part of the dial. Your build, your bone size, even how your cells burn fuel. All of it is partly inherited. Some families really do run a touch warmer. A faint head start passed quietly down the line. But here is the part that surprises people. The honest gap between most people's resting burn is fairly small. Two people of the same size and muscle differ by a slice, not a chasm. No magic engine. So when someone says they have a naturally fast metabolism, the real truth is usually quieter than that. Their genes opened a small door, but everything they do next swings it wide. Most of the real difference hides somewhere else entirely, in a tiny gland tucked inside your neck. Genetics deals the cards, but you still get to play the hand. Press 2 fingers to the front of your neck. Hidden just under there sits your body's thermostat. It is your thyroid, a small butterfly-shaped gland that sets the speed of your metabolism. It is barely 2 inches wide, yet it governs the tempo of nearly every cell you own. It does this by releasing hormones, tiny chemical messengers that tell every cell how fast to burn fuel. Turn those hormones up, and every furnace in your body burns hotter. You run warm, even a little restless. This is why a racing thyroid can leave you thin, warm, and wired. Turn them down, and the whole body cools and slows. You feel tired, cold, heavy, sluggish. When this gland malfunctions, it can slow a person's whole metabolic rate by a serious amount. This is real. This is the one case where a slow metabolism is truly medical, not an excuse, and it is treatable. But for most of us, the thyroid is humming along fine. So where does the rest come from? Now meet the strangest answer of all, and it has almost nothing to do with the gym. Think of the person who can never sit still, always tapping a foot, jiggling a leg, pacing. Scientists have a name for all that restless movement. They call it NEAT, your non-exercise activity, every tiny motion that is not eating, sleeping, or a workout, the fidgeting, the standing, the chores. It is the energy of just living loudly, restless hands, busy feet, a body that hates a chair. And here is the jaw-dropper. A researcher named Dr. James Levine measured it, and the gap was enormous. Between two people of the same size, fidgeting alone can burn up to 2,000 extra calories a day. 2,000. A whole day of food burned off by someone who cannot sit still. Let that sink in. And the still one is not lazy. Their body just never picked up the habit of restless motion. So the lean friend you envy is not blessed with magic. Their body just refuses to be still. They take the stairs without thinking. They stand instead of sit. They gesture. They pace. It all adds up. A tapped foot here, a pace across the room there. Each one a tiny puff of fuel. None of it feels like exercise. They are not even trying. The fire is just always on. Could you sit perfectly still through this whole video without fidgeting once? Most lean people cannot. Tell us below. Subscribe right now, because the next secret means the food on your plate can change how much you burn. Here is a strange truth. Eating itself costs energy. Your body burns fuel just to digest its own fuel. Scientists call it the thermic effect of food. Roughly 1/10 of what you eat is spent processing it. You can never burn off the whole meal this way. But it is real, and it adds up. But not all food costs the same to burn, and this is where it gets genuinely useful. Protein is the most expensive food to digest. Your body burns a big chunk of its calories on it. Eggs, fish, beans, lean meat. Your gut works hardest of all to take them apart. Fat is the cheapest. It slips into your body costing almost nothing to process. Carbs sit somewhere in between. So a protein-filled plate quietly burns more of itself than the same calories of fat or sugar. It is why a protein breakfast leaves you a touch warmer than a sugary one. A small effect, not a miracle, but one more honest dial nudging the furnace, meal after meal. Now the most famous excuse of all, the dreaded slow metabolism. It is real, but wildly overused. Most people who blame a broken furnace do not have one. A truly broken furnace is rare, a blamed one is everywhere. Not the same thing. When scientists measure people who feel stuck, their resting burn is almost always normal. The honest gap between a so-called slow burner and a fast one is usually tiny. The ruined forever furnace people imagine mostly is not there. The numbers just do not show it. But there is one real effect hiding in here, worth understanding honestly. It is called adaptive thermogenesis. Eat far less for a long time, and your body senses famine and turns the furnace down to protect you. It is an ancient survival trick. Less food coming in, so burn less and stretch what you have. For your ancestors, that dimming was a gift. It kept them alive through a long, lean winter. This is why crash diets stall. The furnace dims to match the smaller plate, and progress slows. But here is the hopeful part. Backed by research, this dimming is temporary and fixable, not permanent damage. Your metabolism is not a fragile thing you can shatter. It is a stubborn survival machine. One more story everyone repeats. That your metabolism falls off a cliff at 30. One of the most repeated claims in health. And a huge study just turned it upside down. In 2021, researchers measured the real energy use of over 6,000 people, from babies to age 95. Babies, adults, the elderly, 6,000 lives, all measured the same careful way. What they found shocked even the experts. For your size, your metabolism stays nearly flat from 20 to 60. 40 whole years where your engine barely changes. The 30-year-old cliff was a myth all along. Your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, the engine just keeps humming the same. So why do so many of us gain weight in our 40s? The honest answer is far more useful. The engine held steady, something else changed instead. We move less, we sit more, we lose muscle, our fidgeting fades. The furnace is fine. Habits drift. Your engine did not betray you. Life just turned down the movement around it, year by year. So let's put the whole machine together. Why do some people really burn food faster than others? It is almost never one magic gene. It is a stack of quiet dials, each nudging your furnace a little. Think of it less like a switch, more like a mixing board with a dozen quiet sliders. Mostly it comes down to how much muscle you carry and how much your body refuses to sit still. A working thyroid holds the baseline. The food you choose nudges it. Genes set the start. Stack a few of these in your favor and the whole furnace quietly burns warmer. And here is the freeing part. Almost every one of those dials you can reach and turn. Build a little muscle, stand and move more, choose more protein. You are not stuck with the furnace you got. None of it has to be a punishing gym routine. It is just a warmer, busier, ordinary day. The lean person you envied was rarely born lucky. They just ran their furnace a little hotter all day long. So let's go back to where we started. 2 people, 1 plate, the very same dinner. We thought the difference between them was luck, a magic engine one of them was simply born with, a 4-leaf clover engine. A gift handed only to the chosen few, but now you can see inside. The lean one carries more muscle. He fidgets without noticing. He simply moves. His furnace is not magic. It is muscle, movement, and a thyroid quietly doing its job every single second. And the one who gains weight is not weak. He just runs a quieter engine, and now he knows why. And the most freeing fact is this: the biggest dials are not locked. They are in your hands. You are not cursed with a broken machine. You were handed a stubborn, ancient engine built to keep you alive. Right now, as you read this, your furnace is burning, turning your last meal into energy to read these words. It never asked your permission. It never takes a break. It just burns, mealtime after mealtime, keeping you running. While you scroll, while you sleep, while you forget it is even there, it keeps the fire lit. So the next time you envy someone's fast metabolism, remember, most of that fire is built, not given. Built, one stare at a time. Built, one restless habit at a time. And the furnace inside you, keeping you alive right now, is more in your hands than you ever knew. Next time, I will show you what happens inside your body when you start to starve. You will not believe how it fights back.